We are live. I have my returning champions from last week. We have everybody here. Charlie, Daniel, Matthias from Sweden, Paul, who's shy, or he got plastic surgery. One or the other.
I look like Michael Jackson now.
Yeah, right. And then we have Steve, the man from Peppermint.
Yeah.
That should be a sequel, like instead of the man from Uncle's, the man from Peppermint. Anyway.
Sounds like a rock group.
Yeah, really. It's give it up for the man from Peppermint. Right, yeah. All right. Welcome, everybody, here. This will be a fairly short one for today. Before we begin, everybody, we'll start from left. Charlie, say hello, and what's new?
Hi. No, everything's good. What's new? Wow. I've been messing with the Pi, trying to get things installed on the Pi. The new 3B Plus. It's pretty good, worth having a go, and it's an amazing little thing for £35.
Yeah,
about $40.
Nice,
I guess. So it's a lot of fun.
Cool. Daniel, what's new?
Well, I'm dealing with the time change. It's dark and gloomy outside, and the wind's blowing 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I went to the car wash yesterday, spraying that. I think I took more of a car wash than the car did with that rain, but anyway, I got all the salt and gunk off, so yeah. Very good.
And I have relatives here from Arizona.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's part of the reason I haven't been around is because I got a cousin from Arizona that came into town. He travels for work.
Don't forget family first. Respect the family, okay? Respect the family. Very good. Matthias, what's up?
Nothing much. Just chilling.
But you guys in Sweden, there could be an earthquake. You'll be like, oh, don't worry, it's just an earthquake. You guys can keep talking. It's okay. You guys are so cool over there. Paul, what's new?
Oh, nothing much. Nothing much as far as Linux, anyway, for me.
Okay.
Been really busy and went out this morning, got my double points for my coffee.
Nice.
With my wife.
Nothing wrong with that. The Sunday morning coffee. I didn't have. This morning I made toast, sausage, and OJ some orange juice. So no coffee today. But I'm pumped up for this show anyway. So
I skipped breakfast and just went right to lunch.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
there's just been an hour conversation about coffee on Steve's channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Coffee, gotta have it.
Well, if you want to lose weight, you can skip breakfast. What was that joke that we did the other night? Hey, man, I just burned 2,000 calories, and that's the last time I take a nap while cooking brownies in the oven. Steve, what's new?
This is the British one, so we should really have the long discussion about tea.
Oh, okay. Well, hold that.
Let you lead, Charlie.
Hold that thought, Charlie. Steve, what's new?
Yeah. Oh, I was on Big Daddy Linux last night.
Right.
We talked about Bitwarden. I had a stream this morning. Talked about coffee.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I didn't realize it was Charlie that was there.
Nice.
Nice knowing who you are.
Yeah, you just finished your stream when I got out of bed.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not easy getting up. Technically it was 6 o'clock, right? And I didn't go to bed. I went to bed about 11:30, but.
That's not enough sleep. Oh, you didn't get enough sleep, the poor baby.
I'm usually up at 5:30 every morning. So
okay.
I technically got an extra half hour sleep. But.
Very good. Well, we had to move clocks ahead an hour, so we all lost an hour, and anyway, I had to get up this morning, do that.
Again, we got to live through this.
Yeah.
Arizona and Hawaii are the only two states that do not move their clocks.
Indiana.
There's a scientific reason for that, and I don't know.
Yeah, Indiana doesn't move theirs either.
Really?
Right. Yeah, they don't do the savings time.
Okay, all right. So, Charlie, fill us in. How much tea do you guys drink overseas in the UK a day?
About 6 large cups a day.
Like this?
Holy cup.
Wow.
Really?
Yes. That's a normal tea drink. If you like my mother, who she's just constantly with a cup of tea in her hand.
Wow.
They can't live. People of a certain age, although I'm getting there myself, their whole lives rotate about brewing tea, drinking tea, talking about tea.
Do you grow it over there, or do you have to import it?
No, we had the colonies many years ago, and so we've sort of kept up a good link with India. you know, and we're still bringing it in.
Maybe Starbucks should
cool.
start Starbucks tea shops over there or something. That sounds like that's the perfect market for it. I don't know.
Tim Hortons, come on.
All right, okay.
Hortons.
All
How could a
right,
gas
yeah.
station have good coffee? Come on.
Tea time
That's true.
in the UK is no secret. I mean, it's been like a phrase for years.
Yes, well, I like that phrase. Care for a spot of tea?
Yeah,
Anyway,
it-
yeah.
It's not my cup of tea.
Not my cup of
There
tea.
you go.
Well, I hope the show is everybody's cup of tea. So why don't we get started? All right. Briefly, this morning I did a test, a Skype call, video call with our friend Stephanie Forian, the singer-writer, songwriter, and the angelic voice of YouTube, as she's been called. We spoke for about an hour. There's a built-in recording feature in the new Skype. I tested it. It's only for Windows and Mac, not in Linux, at least not yet. It seems okay. I think it records in 720p, which is fine. Dan and I were talking about that. So I'm gonna have to take time today and play that back if I have time and do the editing. She was kind enough to do a news and nonsense and do a new song for all of us. So I'm gonna edit that together. And if the recording is stable, it'll look stable. So I'll give Skype Microsoft credit. They did that right. No support, Serge, and no support for Linux. No way. Well, not today. Maybe it's coming. But again, Serge, if we had a national standard Linux desktop, maybe Skype would do it. Microsoft would do it.
The recording turned off by default.
Yes, you have to physically go to it. Now, the way this works, it records it. When you're done, it saves it in the chat log, and it's on Microsoft's Skype server for 30 days. That's what it says, and then it's deleted. I'll take their word for it for what it's worth. I did it as a matter of testing and convenience, and then I just download it, play it back, and I'm done. It works off the Chrome browser, Chrome type browser like Chromium and Vivaldi. I don't think it works in Firefox. I read something, but yeah, I tested that, and it seems okay. So if you want to try and use Skype for all the platforms, Windows, Linux, and Mac, it appears to be working fine. It's stable. As far as the recording function, right now, it's only Mac and Windows as far as I know. Okay, so that's Skype. I'll try to edit that news and nonsense
Yeah, but
today.
couldn't on Linux, couldn't we just use simple screen recorder? I mean, is that just that's not a bad step to go? Because you can select
just out of the box, that records only one-way conversation and not both on Skype. You can try something called audio recorder. That's a new stat package that might work. You could use OBS if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, OBS will take a whole screen and sound.
Right, but the thing with Skype, it's built in. There's like a plus, a cross symbol at the bottom. Click it, record, and it's easy. So it does work for what it's worth. All right, welcome everybody here live, of course, in the chat. Before we go into the smart TVs thing. Other news, the Google Pixelbook 2 will be announced in April. Google's cloud event, it's codenamed Atlas. I don't know why, but that's what it's called. Of course, the Pixelbook has been described by some bloggers as a flawless Linux machine, so hats off to the Google team for making a superb Linux machine for what it's worth. Let's see. All right, I mentioned Skype. So yeah, apparently Skype will not work in Safari, Firefox, or Opera, if this is correct. But it works superbly in Chrome. In other news, Google is saying you better upgrade to Windows 10 because critical flaws in Windows 7 and Chrome, like security flaws, and they're telling you flat out, just upgrade to Windows 10, period.
Ooh, I'm scared.
That's what it says, so take it as you will. But of course, Windows 7 support ends the end of the year, and without a standard Linux desktop, doesn't leave your choices will be either Mac or Windows 10, or you can try something in Linux. But again, I'm waiting for that national desktop to hit for what it's worth.
For what it's worth, if you do want to go to Windows 10 and you can get a hold of an ISO off the internet for Microsoft, a Windows 7 key will activate it.
Okay, I never tested that, so I don't know.
I did just off the cuff because Switch brought it up.
Okay, if you can do it and it's not a security issue, that's fine. If not, don't pirate it. Don't do that. Just get a legit copy You know, Windows 10 may not be private, but it is secure. If it was neither private nor secure, I would not be using it.
I had the
period.
ISO when they were giving it away for free.
Yes.
And then I upgraded it, and it just stopped at a point where it wouldn't let me do any more. And once I put the Windows 7 key in it, it went right up to the newest version.
Yeah, I did when they had the free upgrades.
Windows
all
8
of my
key
machines
will work too.
Okay. Yeah, Windows 10 is, I believe it is secure. You know, we could talk about the privacy thing till we're blue in the face, but is it secure from malware? Yes, I think they did a great job on that.
I have my stuff all bottled up in virtual machines.
Okay. Sammy's saying you can use Windows 10 without activation. You're going to lose some of the updates, right? And some other features, I think. I don't know. I haven't really checked
it won't, if you don't activate it, it will only update to a certain spot, and then it won't anymore.
Yeah, so that's not really secure either.
My understanding is you lose personalization.
I'll have to check into that.
You can't change the desktop around or anything.
Right.
Okay. I mean, if you're going to use security patches and that, definitely don't do it because it ain't worth it. All right. Let's go to the main topic, and again, this will be a short one. I have a lot to do today. So, in Friday night's private chat, which I'll make public today or tomorrow for all the members on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you, by the way, for all your support. We talked about smart TVs. Smart TVs, of course, big seller this past Christmas. Prices dropped really low. In case you hadn't noticed. Thinking, wait a minute, those profit margins are low, if zero. How do they make it up? Well, by tracking you, to sell what you do, what you're, using on the TV through the built-in apps for advertising. I guess that's a trade-off. Whether that's fair or not, that's for each user to decide. But each smart TV, by default, tracks you. The smart TV is watching you probably just as much as you are watching it. Now somebody said turn off the Wi-Fi. Right. Well, turn off the Wi-Fi. Well, it seems to me you bought the TV to enjoy the features and conveniences of the built-in apps, right? So instead of buying, say, a TV and buying a separate Roku and this and having all these cables, just buy it all in one. So you don't have to turn off. Look, if you're paranoid, turn the Wi-Fi off, obviously. I don't have a smart TV yet, but I would not turn the Wi-Fi. It would be nice to have those, to use those apps built in because it's all there. It's less wiring and stuff. It's a mess when you think about it. I mean, even with just this setup, I got a camera, this, computer, keyboard, my phone, my light, my tripod, my modem, my routers here. It's a lot. It's like the bridge of the Star Trek Enterprise when they get hit by photon torpedoes and the wires everywhere,
Yeah, that drives my wife nuts.
Yeah,
can't you do anything with this? I'm like, well, this one's over here, this one's over here, this one's over here, this one's over here.
Right. Now let me add a Roku or a Chromecast in this. No, you buy a smart TV. Anyway, that's the benefit of a smart TV. But you need to be aware of something called ACR, Automatic Content Recognition. That is the device or the technology that, it provides relevant ads based on your usage, like you would on any other device. And this is usually, you can turn this off. It's not locking you out. Now they go by different names: ACR, viewing information services. I won't go through all of this again. I'll post that Friday night one public, and I explain how to turn it off. LG TVs, it's called Live Plus. You need to turn that off. All TVs, as far as I know, all smart TVs have that feature to turn off. In Vizio, it's called Viewing Data. I'm just looking through my notes here real quick, but it's normally something in the settings, under settings or general or privacy or about TV, and that's how you're able to turn off what's generally known as ACR, automatic content recognition. I don't have a smart TV yet. One of the people that I know, they have both Samsung and LG, so I'm familiar with those two. But if you have the other brands, again, look in the book or look it up on the manufacturer's website, under the vendor website, on how to turn that off. It's no big deal. Just go into settings and drop that menu and go from there. I believe it saves it. Once you do it, it doesn't reset itself, as far as I know. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But if you don't want to be tracked, as it were, and you don't want to turn off the Wi-Fi and enjoy the convenience and features of the apps, which they are nice. In my opinion, they are. I thought about buying a Roku, but I thought, nah, maybe I'll just buy a TV and it's all the apps.
I really like the Roku.
Yeah, I have a Roku too. And
it updates regularly too, so you have the newest app for your Netflix and stuff like that. See, I have an older smart TV, and it's about, I bought it in 2013. It's a Vizio Razor, and I chose a Vizio TV because I have a number of relatives that have even older Vizio TV that have such a good track record of not breaking.
Okay.
But as time went on with this TV, the apps started to fail to work. And then I have a Sony Blu-ray player, and the apps in that slowly stopped working. So I was kind of wedged into the Roku because the TV, the apps were supported by the Yahoo App Store, which and when I started asking questions, the people told me, well, Yahoo isn't really great about updating their apps. Most of these app makers concentrate most of their time on phone and tablet apps. They're not too concerned about TV apps. Right.
You mentioned, briefly, you mentioned Vizio. I didn't talk about the Vizio settings Friday, but from what I read here, if you have a Vizio, it's under System, Reset, Admin, Viewing Data. I turned that off, and it says here some of that may be called smart interactivity, or not so smart, depending on your point of view. But under Vizio, you want to disable viewing data. You mentioned, Charlie. What do you think about all this smart TV stuff?
Well, I don't really watch television as such. I just download a few things.
Okay.
So I'm not really big into television, but I think these apps. What's that? I think there is a. They may be reducing the prices to try and trap people into like the wall gardens of Microsoft, Apple. Once they get you.
I'm hearing something. I don't know what it is.
It's weird.
I know.
Sorry, girls.
Okay.
Chilly last night, Paul?
Yeah. How you doing today? Okay, yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Charlie.
I think once they've got you, with TVs, people like to, they get a certain system set up. And I think once they've got you using their system, people don't like to change. They don't like to switch on to other systems because they've got this muscle memory. It's like my parents, they don't have a smart TV. They have their PVR, DVR that records everything. But if it breaks, I've got to go and buy exactly the same thing because it will take them forever to learn how to use a different model. So I think now the prices are a bit low, so people can be caught more than them spying on you. They're actually trying to trap you into their own little wall garden. So next time you go looking for a television, for me, when I watch TV, I have a very old TV that I just stream to. So I have a Chromecast.
Paul. Yes, this is what Linux users do on Sunday. First they have their tea, then their coffee, then they go to Taco Bell, they come home and
I'll be right back. I got to turn off notifications on my phone.
I figured it was your phone. Yeah, I'm just joking, by the way. Yeah, but it sounds like the other thing. It's like that old joke. In space, Mexican food could be considered a form of transportation.
Okay, so
Charlie,
also,
go ahead.
So also, I don't understand why we would ever put a TV together with the apps, because there's no way of updating. I'm sure there'll be a limitation to how far that they will update, and like the Mac, it'll come a point where you can't update and you'll be forced, even though you've got a perfectly nice running television, to update to the new ones. Now I'm quite happy with the TV as long as I don't walk into a shop and see some of these amazing televisions, then I'm quite happy with the one I've got. It's only when I walk in, and I avoid them like the plague, because then I start thinking, ooh, that would be nice. Even though I don't use it, you get thought, well, if I had that television, my life would be so much better.
Yeah,
so
my wife and I were
And
We were at Sam's Club the other day, and they had a lot of good price TVs. They had some really huge ones, and my wife's like, "You want another one?" Not right now.
Just like that. But if it was new shoes or a new necklace, yeah, honey, let's go shopping for a new necklace. I know. Well, buyers need to be aware of what they're buying, and probably a lot of people, maybe millions, probably don't know the whole, or maybe just don't care. I don't know.
I think
they probably just don't know. Yeah.
My TV's just old enough where it doesn't have the telemetry collection stuff in it. And that's why they just let the apps die out.
Yes, right. That could be. I mean, if I bought a smart TV, I would definitely use at least some of the apps, and I would just turn off all the other stuff that I don't think it's necessary. And I think there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Matthias, smart TVs in Sweden.
Yeah, we have the same problem with the spying TVs. And that's one of the reasons I hasn't upgraded myself. I still have a old TV without apps.
Well, you don't have to use the apps, and you don't have to actually set your TV up to connect to any network. That would block it from doing anything. And you could, but that don't prevent the cable box or whatever you got hooked to that you're using to watch it from spying on you.
Yeah, you have is it the Google Chromecast that have and sure others also have a microphone in the remote control.
Roku, yeah.
Yeah, those little things, they also have a way to, in fact, you need to go, if it's a Google product, I guess it's like Google Chrome, you need to uncheck send device usage data and crash reports to Google. So if you have the Google Chromecast, I think that's a setting somewhat in Chrome, but uncheck send Chromecast device usage data and crash reports to Google. So that's how you do it in the Chromecast. Yeah.
The biggest problem with all this is I can understand that I am the product if I'm not paying for it, but I am paying for a TV. I can buy a TV for $1,000, $2,000, and it still spies on me, and that's not okay.
Well, then turn that off. Yeah,
I shouldn't need to turn it off.
As long as you don't give it an internet connection, it can't really report back to you.
Right.
But if you don't give the TV an internet connection, you have to get something else an internet connection.
Yeah, an outside antenna, cable TV, satellite TV, but those can all spy on you too.
Yeah.
Although I think Matthias's dog would be cool with all dog food advertisements. Right, bone commercials, like a doggy bone commercial. Yeah, right.
Well, there is a dog channel, isn't there? There is a channel that you can leave on during the day for your dog to watch.
Oh wow!
So I wonder if they give subliminal.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a charge for it. I remember I used to have.
Jeez, man, the TVs they have gone to the dogs, literally.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Okay, Steve, are you saying you don't care for the smart TVs?
Well, no, I do. I have in fact, I'm looking at mine right now. I'm looking at the settings, and I don't see anything about OCR.
Which brand do you have?
The Samsung.
Let me see here. Look at my notes real quick.
Steve's
tutorial for spy.
You need to opt out. Oh, well, this is one setting. Opt out of viewing information services.
Where was it? Because this one's about 4 years old now.
Okay, well, if it's that's a little bit old in this type of business. That I don't know. You may have to look it up in the book if you still have it.
Just to play devil's advocate, can I ask? Why are you upset that your TV's watching you? Well, not watching you literally, but why would you be upset that it wants to know all this information?
For some people, it may just sound kind of creepy. It may just sound like an invasion of privacy. For some, you just don't want the extra ads. Like on YouTube, there's AdSense. Now, when I'm on YouTube, I turn the ad blocker off so other YouTubers can make money on the ads, just like I make some money on on the ads. But I mean, as far as these specific features, people just don't want it. They just want to buy the TV. They don't want to be tracked or targeted ads or nothing. They want to enjoy it their way. It could be just a simple matter of personal.
I think though that if you offered somebody, because people, whatever they tell you about Facebook, people stick to it like glue. They wouldn't, even if it was, logging their every movement and every conversation. Many people would still use Facebook. They just don't. They don't care. But if you offer somebody a TV, let's say for $1,000, and if it's allowed to spy on you for about $700, I'm pretty sure that the $700 TVs will be flying off the shelves.
Well, again, this past Christmas, I saw smart 4K TVs. Even now, you can find a 50-inch for like $300.
Yeah.
There's no profit in that, or very. So how do they make up the loss?
Yeah,
ads.
Because I paid $8.99 for my 60-inch.
I mean, I think that $300 doesn't even cover all the parts nowadays. I mean, I don't know. I'm like just like, let alone labor and marketing and this and that. So they make it up by targeted ads. That's completely understandable. I think that's how all that works. But like I was saying, Charlie, some people just may feel like that just sounds too creepy or invasion of privacy. Yeah.
They probably can do that because the TVs are made in China.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it is. I don't think there's any TV built in the States anymore, right?
No.
I think years ago there was a company called Curtis Mathis TVs that may have been built here, but that's.
But even if they were, I don't think they would remove those features as you say. It's a way for them to get data and can tailor advertisement, and I'm sure there are ways for law enforcement to use the telemetry to spy on
NSA.
Many use cases for to have it.
Yeah, the NSA, it's the National Smart TV Association. What was that? Of course, that's what it means. I thought it was something.
How many of these TVs actually have microphones built into them that you don't know about?
Yeah.
Didn't some have built-in cameras?
Well, there's some smart thermostats that have microphones built into them. That's not even, and that part's not on the parts list for the thermostat.
Where does it end? Now we got smart toilets. I mean, where does it end? Well, I'm assuming they can data track your poo. Now I don't know, but it's where does it end? Where does humanity end? And technology crosses that threshold where you become less human, like in the movie Terminator. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's for each person to decide. Welcome everybody else here in the live chat. Steve, on the Samsung, it should be settings, support, terms, and policies.
Okay,
settings, support.
Okay.
This is for the new ones. The old one I don't know, but it's settings, support, terms, and policies.
Take a look.
Okay.
Just from what you're reading out, man, the smart TVs, even the menus are getting complicated.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Kenny Whitten just got a notification from Stephanie, our friend Stephanie. Oh, cool. Yeah, she says she would try to post, I think, more than one video. Was it a YouTube notification, Kenny? Yeah, she mentioned it today. So for these people joining in late in the live chat, of course, you can replay this. I did a Skype test this morning, News and Nonsense podcast with Stephanie, video chat call. She has Mac, I have Windows 10. All right, Kenny, thank you. We chatted for about an hour. Great gal, and great chatting with her. So I need to go back and replay the video that was recorded through Skype's server. I had to download it. I need to replay it back and do some editing. It looks stable. And if it is stable, I'll edit it. I'll try to have it up today or sometime this week. I think you guys will enjoy it. Stephanie was kind enough to sing a song that I requested. It was a song she was going to play for us. the second concert Christmas time she couldn't do it, so that was very kind of her. So
Yeah, I just
anyway,
got the notification too from Stephanie.
Excellent, nice.
YouTube's getting a lot better about that.
Okay. It's let me put her name here.
Yeah.
Hi Ben.
Nice.
And then if you want to check out her music, you can listen to it for free. Some of the downloads are free. If you like her music, buy some of her songs, or if you buy the CDs, you get the downloads immediately, and you can ask her to autograph the CDs if you wish as a bonus. All right,
Yes,
so there
I
it is
have
in
a
the
couple.
chat.
They are autographed.
Yeah, it didn't take that long, right?
It took less than a week, and I had them.
Okay,
I had the
nice.
downloads immediately the same night.
Yes, the downloads, and you can download, as long as you're a member of that Bandcamp and log in, you can download more than one copy of the song, I think. You can give her what you want. I usually give her $2 for a song or whatever, or $20 for a CD, whatever. But yeah, she's been called an angelic voice by the community on YouTube, so she's the real deal. So check her out.
Yeah.
I know we have some people coming in late here in the live chat. Steve, is that setting there in your Samsung TV?
No, I'm not finding it.
Okay, you may have an older one then, yeah.
You're safe.
Ben, do you have a smart TV?
I'm sitting in front of it right now, Toss.
Okay, all right.
My dad's the one who set it up, though.
Is
Do you
it
care much
flagging?
about the tracking, or?
I don't know. My dad says we don't have a camera on it, so it's nothing to worry about.
So he doesn't care about the targeted tracking like in advertising or stuff like that?
I have no idea.
Okay. And maybe he doesn't even know about that part. Maybe you should make him aware.
Maybe. Well, anyway, yeah, we've never noticed it as far as we know.
Which brand TV you have?
Samsung, but I don't know the exact model, though.
Okay. Well, you need to go in the settings, support terms and services to turn off the viewer information services, which is the tracking.
All right. Hold on a second.
So if you want to try that out, I'll stay on a little bit longer. Then we'll wrap it up. Richard, ¿cómo está la familia? The family is fine. We're very well, thank you, Richard. For asking. That's Italian for how is the family. It's doing very well, thank you. Yes. Thank you for your respect to the family. Okay. Yeah, I don't currently have a smart TV, but if I buy one, it'll be a 4K ready one just to have it. And I will use some of the apps like YouTube or whatever's on there. And I messed with the Roku first time about 3 years ago, and it was fun. I have to admit, I got kind of hooked on it, going through all the stuff on there. That was free. I mean, some paid, but I enjoyed it.
Well, I do have a Roku TV actually for my job for my 35th anniversary. I was able to pick a gift book, and I picked out a Roku TV and a Blu-ray DVD player.
Okay, cool.
And
I use Plex.
I've heard of Plex, yes.
Plex is amazing.
Yeah.
Really, it's worth, it's the cost of it for a lifetime membership is really nominal over the years. You can use it, and they're always developing upon it. So they're getting all the different channels now. It's really, and you can even now record, if you can connect it to the right equipment, you can record your over-the-air.
Yes.
I think you call it over there, isn't it? Over-the-air television.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I don't. I would enjoy the convenience of a smart TV. I would have no problem having the option of turning off the other tracking features if you don't want to be tracked. I have no problem with that. I understand companies need to make money.
Cube
so.
is a good alternative if you want the apps.
Yes.
I have a 4K Roku Cube. It's about 2 years old. Even the remote has a headphone jack.
I remember.
So you can plug your headphones into the remote.
In the remote, I remember, yeah.
And it cancels out all the noise in the room, so you can listen to your show without.
Well, there's a little Roku box called the Express that I think works great with Comcast if you have Comcast, I've been told. So, I mean, $30 ain't bad. So.
I read some time ago that they were thinking about doing eye tracking. They were developing this eye tracking to see how you watch the television. Which bits. I mean, that is creepy. If they can
eye
actually
tracking,
see
Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh,
anyway.
weird.
All right. Let's give this a 5-minute warning. I have somewhat of a long day today, so I need to look at that Skype call and edit that, and So look for that sometime, maybe tonight or this week. Anyway, so we'll 5-minute warning, then we'll wrap it up.
This is interesting, Toss. So I'm looking at Redmond Pie on my Facebook here. It says PS4 Remote Play for iOS released. It lets you play PlayStation 4 games on your iPhone or iPad. Like, what are they gonna do next? Especially with this whole TV business, are they gonna eventually have face detection or something?
Well, the smart toilet, they should have a pop-up TV set as you're doing your business.
Oh, that would be fun.
A pop-up TV.
Yeah, look, how many of us you bring magazines or something or our phone? It's disgusting when you think of it. Just hit the button, the TV pops up.
Don't miss that football play while you're on.
That's right. That's right. I'll say you're watching a play of the Super Bowl. Oh, I got to go to the bath. Hang on, man. Hit the button. That smart TV pops up on the toilet. Oh man, and you do your thing. Next thing you know, you
touchdown.
Yeah, really.
In India, there's people, doctors there. They see how you are by smelling your poop.
That would be just
so they can actually, they will go up and they will see how you are. So maybe they will bring that into the toilet, so they can make an analysis.
That story really stinks. Let me tell you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but pretty soon they'll have special coatings or screens on the wall, and as you walk through the house, the TV will be going with you, so you can watch it everywhere. It'll follow you in the bathroom, and you won't miss a thing.
I mean, think about it. You watch the Super Bowl. You have to go to a bathroom break. The next thing you know, you're spending a half hour on the toilet seat. You wake up and then you find out your legs fell asleep, and you're like, whoa, right? You're shaking it out. So anyway. People would be horrified if we knew how much passive surveillance is going on. That is true. There, step twin, yes, I know. People should be informed. Let them make the decision. Don't hide it. Just make it in plain sight. And
But Charlie, let me ask you a question, because a lot of, you look at the books like 1984 and all that. A lot of that really Orwellian stuff seems to come out of England, and there's a lot of dystopic type movies and TV series and that, where London especially, but England, there's cameras everywhere.
Yes, well, that's what it seems it is, yes.
I mean, and you guys live with that probably a lot more than we do, although we have cameras coming up all over at every stoplight and stuff like that.
Well, we just don't think a lot of terrorism. I mean, not too long ago, I've heard of buses on the evening news blowing up in London and stuff like that.
Well, it's just starting again, so it's not really things are happening again. So anyway, that's let's hope it doesn't progress. But I mean, it is like if you see these TV programs where they're tracking somebody's movements, it's probably based on the UK, because they say they can track most of our movements wherever we go, and there is talk that they've got all the face recognition, so they can literally track everybody wherever they go. But who knows? I don't know.
I know. I've watched MI5, so it's like
it's hard to it's hard to know. They're probably listening in now, and we may have said some trigger words, and so I might have a visit from somebody.
That's just news that we get over here on the other side of the ocean. That's it.
You have a knock from the UK Gulf. No, let's just talk. You're talking about privacy. We got to talk. Okay.
And lately, they've been even just cutting that off.
It never ends. It's the technology is a 24/7 business.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you have it in your country. Maybe you do, but when you're driving your car, as a police car passes you, or even certain locations, they scan your number plate, and so they can see immediately whether you've got insurance or not.
Oh yes.
Well, here that's how people get speeding tickets. The cameras snap the
Well, it's not just a. I mean, it's literally a police car passes you, and it scans and they'll pull you over automatically. They don't have to enter it; it's just doing it all the time. Which
there's like a chip on the car that's sending out a VM.
No, it's like the police car if it's driving behind you, it's constantly scanning.
I was driving through a bad part of a city about 2 years ago, and a state trooper got behind me and pulled me over and asked me what I was doing in that type of the area.
Wow.
And he told me, "You don't belong here. That he knew where I was from."
Okay.
He told me, "We'd appreciate it if you'd leave this area because it's not a nice neighborhood."
Wow. That's honesty for you. That's doing his job. Excellent.
I was kind of lost in that area.
See, I would have said, no problem, man. I'm gonna do some lewd business, okay, man? No problem. No.
But yeah,
just kidding.
They run your license plate.
Anyway,
right off the cuff.
Well, here where I drive, I know where the speed traps are more or less. I mean, I don't go speeding anyway, especially with the potholes and the deer. I ain't speeding.
The deer.
Forget about it. I hit a deer once. Luckily, I buried it, not over the windshield. I learned my lesson It was scary. It was my first car. All I remember was hitting the brakes. This is before the analog brakes. Skidding to the deer. The last thing I remember is this deer with the eye. Like this, I felt bad. I didn't want to hit. I'm not a hunter, but man, I learned my lesson. Slow down on the highway, or anywhere, especially in Ohio here with the woods and animals and everything. I feel bad. I do.
Did you have venison for the next 3 weeks or what?
I had friends say, "Hey man, that's good deer meat. Fine, go back to the highway. It's probably go ahead and grab your friend. No problem.
Have some sloppy dough."
Yeah, but bump.
And it's what we in our scout troop. One of the kids, their dad, they used to go hunting, and he brought on one of the trips doe meat or ground up deer meat, and we made sloppy dough instead of sloppy dough.
Oh dear. Okay,
I've hit 3 of them, and they've all got up and ran away.
So was the one big deer? Go ahead. I'm ready for your buck. Go ahead, hit me. No, but.
I had one of those '89 Thunderbird Super Coupes, with a real aerodynamic front end, and this thing came out and jumped right in front of me. And I slammed on the brakes, and the bumper folded its legs out. The deer went up the windshield, over the roof, off the back onto the road, and got up and took off.
That's a hell of a stunt for a movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
And me and my wife were like looking.
You were lucky.
What just happened?
You were lucky.
I think that came to a complete stop almost, but the deer just it went.
Well, maybe that deer was trying out for the deer Olympic team gymnastics. Flip with a car or something. I don't know. No, but you were lucky because you know what happens. You either buried or crashed or through the windshield.
Well, yeah, my mom hit one and it wound up in the front seat with her.
Well, maybe he needed her stomach for a ride. No, but anyway. Yes, it has been tenderized, Steve. Yes, you hit it a couple times and tenderized that sucker. All right, well, we are veering off topic here. See, it always comes down to food on this Italian tech channel. It always goes down to
I got that this morning.
Okay, I'll have to check it out if I get a chance.
All right.
Yeah, well, I didn't have coffee or tea. I had my orange juice. Anyway.
Bottom line, smart TVs, did you find anything on Roku doing any spying?
I'm sure there's something on there that you can shut off. Is there anything here in my notes for Roku?
Does it do it?
Yes, you got to go to settings and turn off and enable. It doesn't shut it off. It says limit ad tracking. It doesn't say stop. So there you go.
They are on it at least. They are
yes, we will limit it. We're not going to stop it. So yeah. I don't know.
I haven't seen any ads.
Yeah, it says you need to settings, privacy, and click limit ad tracking, according to the notes here. Anybody have a Roku, you can verify.
There is no secret device.
Move to an island, have no technology, like the movie Castaway, Tom Hanks, just him and his soccer ball.
Well, I think the ads come in when you're watching things like Pluto TV or something like that, because they'll show a movie, but it won't be, it'll be like a 30-second commercial or less, like YouTube.
Okay.
I think that's where the commercials come in, not through when you go on and.
Oh, I just have a conniption over over commercials. I can't deal with them. I go psychotic.
Well, that's a good time to use the smart toilet then. Anyway.
And then I have a DVR.
There
I know exactly how many times I hit that 30-second switch on the remote.
In the UK, they're really pushing people to go and watch in online because, of course, you can't skip. Whereas I mean, I haven't seen it when I'm visiting my parents, and they really don't know technology, but they do know how to press that 30-second skip forward button.
Yes.
So the BBC, which doesn't have any adverts, they watch, but they always record ITV and the other channels because
that's what I do. All my stuff is recorded. I don't watch it
and they just skip through it. So the only way that you can actually get your advert out over here is to sponsor a TV program, because then you're catching the beginning and the end of the advert. But the middle bits we never see. That's it.
Well, on that note, I think I'm going to advertise myself out of here. So wanted to thank everybody here who joined in, everybody in the live chat. As always, fun as always. Thank for all of these supporters on PayPal and Patreon. We'll do another one of these probably Friday night and Sunday again as usual. I like these shorter ones. It gives me more time to do what I have to do, and less stress and all that. So if you want to join us for these private chats or join us in the chat, check out the links below in the show notes. And again, look for that Skype test video I did with Stephanie. We had a lot of fun, shared a few jokes. I think you guys will enjoy it. I think that's all I have for today. I will leave you with one Alexa Chuck Norris joke. When Chuck Norris goes swimming in the ocean, the sharks are in cages. That's all I have for this one. I need to get out of here. And I'm going to stop the broadcast now. So everybody in the live chat, thank you. I'll catch you on the next one.
All right, Todd.
All right, take care, Carmine. Thank you again.
Thanks, everyone.